Okay, are we on air? Are we on air? Oh, we're on air. Okay, so here we are. This is normally the engine room. This is going to be a true confession thing because what happens when we're shooting a garage episode is it turns into the crew area. And instead of carburetors and camshafts and stuff like that on workbenches, I get sandwich stuff and what is that, spinach? And I don't even know what this is, a casserole or something, and it's probably not even real meat in there. It's probably maybe meat or something like that. But that's not the topic of this conversation. The topic of this conversation is even more disarray that's putting me in a funk. And I'm going to have to share it with you because I think it may be therapeutic and that may help me. Or it may make me sink into the pits of depression and make things worse. But I don't care. I'll have to see what the outcome is because welcome to the DLSR. This is called the Dick Landy Stock Room in honor of the late Dick Landy, famous drag racer, engine builder, and just an all-around icon of high performance. Now, I took pride in myself in having this supremely beautifully organized. But what do I have now? I have all of these boxes of carburetors just on the floor. Normally they're supposed to be on the top shelf up there. You can see the remnants, but when you're digging for a certain one and you're in a hurry or you're trying to rob parts because you're trying to complete something, you're just rummaging through there like a mad dog going through just a dresser, taking up his clothes and throwing them all over the floor. That's, well, okay, I've got a few bad habits. But anyway, this should be all intake manifolds here. Now, I've got intake manifolds stacked up there. I've got some right here to the left. Oh, look, there's some hiding over there. And some of them are kind of a little dirty, like that one. But normally nothing goes into the DLSR unless it's spotlessly clean and ready for installation. And even worse than that, I've got some cylinder heads lying there too. And that's not just a pile of junk head. That's a really good trick flow head for a big block Mopar. I think it's a trick flow. Yeah, it is. That's all supposed to be on these shelving units here, but they're not. And once again, it's rummaging, it's pulling stuff apart, and then not coming back and stocking it where it's supposed to be in the DLSR stock room. And I've got some intakes that are not particularly good. Now that should be on the shelf back there, but it's not. It's right there on the floor. What's in here? I don't even know. A lot of valve train stuff to organize, push oil pan. This is all supposed to be the oil pan section. I've got a bunch of oil pans here. Big block Mopar Biodon pan, small block Mopar road race pan, windage trays, oil pickups, but they're not all there. So that's a problem. I've got a few valve train parts. These are just like general parts. There's a whole bunch of timing sets, neatly organized, but then I've got this box. It's got, I don't know, 5 or 6 timing sets to sort out, all these intermediate shafts, intake manifolds. I had like a spillway of extra intakes and I used the shelf there randomly. It's just, there's just, somebody told me about a thing called obsessive compulsive disorder where you want everything perfect. And if you can't get perfection, you may just give up entirely. And I'm on the threshold of that right now. Over here, these are lifters. A lot of them have been run on various camshafts, but this is kind of like the valve train area and fasteners and bearings and stuff like that. So I'm supposed to be able to just walk up here and go, okay, I'm going to run the camshaft that came out of the off-road Challenger because I would have it over here stocked and marked on what it was, and then a matching set of lifters labeled over there. I've got camshafts here. These are all Mopar, big block, Gen 3 Hemi stuff, small block Mopar, and then Ford and Chevy stuff down there. Valve covers. That's still in reasonable order, but this is like almost the most frustrating part is the valve spring department. Oh! What? What is it? I don't see anything.
Thing we've been looking for.
Oh! You know what? See, now this is illustrative of exactly the thing I'm dealing with. I looked all over for a carb plate and what do you know? It's already hooked up to a manifold here in the right place in the DLSR, sitting on the floor, which is not where it belongs. Here's a big block Mopar aluminum cylinder head. Just, it seems like, it's almost like a dead piece of something that you would find on the road. I don't know if there's a term for that, but it's just lying there. And there's its mate behind this box of W5 valve train parts, which shouldn't be right there either. So, slant 6 intake manifolds. I've got 4 of them right here. They're not sorted, just unloaded from my truck from dyno testing my slant 6, and I've got to find a home for them. Maybe I should hang them on the wall as a decorative item. This is what I call the AKS kind of section, because, and the AKS stands for all kinds of stuff. All that stuff needs to be organized better. Look at this. Okay? This is all stock of poly carburetor gaskets. And we needed some, and I was looking around all over the place because this is not the carburetor section, and I didn't know that. I was like, man, I've got a ton of those things. And I had to say, no, look, we're going to have to order new ones because I don't know what happened to them. And I searched everywhere, and it's taking too long to look for them. But there is kind of a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, because I can go in here on my day off when I'm not working on one of my projects. I can get someone to come. No, because they wouldn't know where anything goes. I don't know. There must be an answer. If you can think of one, please write in the comments below and let me know. You can come and help me save me from myself. And if you do like getting some content on this YouTube channel, do not forget. Oh my God. If you do like the content you get on this YouTube channel, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, do the little bell thing. I don't know what that does, but it's something that's supposedly good, because I want to build up the channel, get into more bigger builds, stuff like that, more wrenching. But here's just a little bit of background. Consider it kind of like a Dulcich extra. So for now, that's it for